Greetings, seekers of truth and enlightenment. Today, we explore a profound and often misunderstood aspect of spiritual growth. What happens after your spiritual awakening ends? This isn't about the dramatic moments of revelation or the intense periods of transformation. It's about the subtle, yet powerful shifts that occur as you integrate your awakening into everyday life. Many believe that a spiritual awakening is the end goal, the final destination on their journey. But in truth, it's just the beginning. It's like climbing to the top of a mountain, only to realize that there's an entire range of peaks stretching out before you. The view from this vantage point is breathtaking, but now you must learn to navigate this new terrain. What does it mean for a spiritual awakening to end? It's not a sudden stop, but rather a gradual transition. The intense experiences, the revelations, the overwhelming emotions, they begin to settle. You start to find your footing in this new reality. But make no mistake, this isn't a return to your old way of being. You've been fundamentally changed, and now you must learn to live from this new state of awareness. In the coming exploration, we'll uncover 5 key things you can expect to experience as you move beyond your spiritual awakening. These aren't superficial changes, but deep shifts in your perception, your relationships, and your very sense of self. They're the ripple effects of your awakening, spreading out to touch every aspect of your life. As we begin, I want you to reflect on your own journey. Think back to the moments of insight, the challenges, the breakthroughs. How have you changed? What feels different in your day-to-day life? These reflections will help you recognize the subtle ways your awakening continues to unfold. In our first exploration, we'll examine how your perception of reality fundamentally shifts. We'll discover how the world around you seems to take on new dimensions and why this change in perception can be both exhilarating and challenging. Remember, this journey isn't about reaching a final destination. It's about continual growth, integration, and expansion. As we uncover these truths, you'll gain a deeper understanding of how to navigate the path ahead, how to embrace the changes, and how to continue evolving. So, are you ready to peer into the future of your spiritual journey? To understand what lies beyond the initial awakening? Let's begin this transformative exploration together. The first thing you can expect after your spiritual awakening ends is a profound shift in your perception of reality. The world around you doesn't change, but the way you see it transforms dramatically. It's as if you've been given a new set of eyes, capable of perceiving layers of reality that were previously invisible to you. Colors might seem more vivid, nature more alive. You might find yourself noticing subtle energies, picking up on the emotional undercurrents in a room, or sensing the interconnectedness of all things. This shift in perception isn't just about seeing the world differently, it's about experiencing it in a completely new way. You might find yourself experiencing moments of profound unity, where the boundaries between you and the world around you seem to dissolve. These experiences of oneness, once rare and fleeting, become more frequent and accessible. You start to truly understand, not just intellectually, but experientially, that you are not separate from the world around you. This shift in perception extends to your understanding of time. You might find yourself less bound by linear time, more able to exist in the present moment. The past and future lose some of their hold over you as you realize the power and richness of the now. But this new perception isn't always easy to navigate. At times, it might feel overwhelming. The increased sensitivity can make crowded places or negative environments more challenging to handle. You might find yourself needing more time alone to process and integrate your experiences. You may also struggle with how to communicate these changes to others who haven't had similar experiences. How do you explain colors to someone who's never seen them? This can lead to feelings of isolation or being misunderstood. However, this new perception also brings gifts. You'll likely find yourself more attuned to beauty, more able to find joy in simple things. Your intuition may sharpen, giving you insights that seem to come from beyond your rational mind. You might discover new depths in art, music, or nature that you never noticed before. This shift in perception isn't a one-time event, but an ongoing process. As you continue to integrate your awakening, your perception will continue to evolve. Some days, you might feel incredibly connected and aware. Other days, you might feel like you've lost touch with that expanded perception. This ebb and flow is natural and part of the integration process. To navigate this new perceptual landscape, practice grounding techniques. Spend time in nature, engage in physical activities, or practice mindfulness meditation. These can help you stay balanced as you adjust to your new way of perceiving the world. Also, cultivate discernment. With increased sensitivity comes the need to distinguish between genuine intuitions and flights of fancy. Not every thought or feeling is a cosmic message. Learn to quiet your mind and listen to your deeper wisdom. Remember, this shift in perception is a tool, not an end in itself. It's meant to help you navigate life more skillfully, to make choices more aligned with your true nature, and to connect more deeply with the world around you. Use it wisely, with humility and gratitude. As we conclude this first part of our exploration, I invite you to pay closer attention to your perceptions in the coming days. Notice the subtle changes in how you experience the world. What new depths or dimensions do you perceive? How does this new perception change how you interact with the world? The alchemy of connection, relationships in the post-awakening landscape. As we journey deeper into the aftermath of spiritual awakening, we encounter a profound transformation in our relationships. This shift is akin to an alchemical process, where the base metal of our old connections is transmuted into something far more precious and authentic. In the wake of your awakening, you'll likely find that your relationships undergo a significant recalibration. Some connections may deepen beyond measure, while others might naturally fall away. This isn't a matter of judgment or superiority, but rather a natural consequence of your evolving energy and consciousness. You may notice a growing discomfort with superficial interactions. Small talk and social niceties that once felt normal might now seem hollow or draining. Instead, you'll find yourself craving deeper, more meaningful conversations. You'll be drawn to people who can meet you at this new level of authenticity and depth. This shift can be challenging. Friends and family who knew you before your awakening might struggle to understand the changes they see in you. They may feel threatened by your new perspectives or confused by your changing priorities. It's important to approach these situations with compassion and patience, both for yourself and for others. At the same time, you may find yourself magnetically attracting new connections that resonate with your evolved state. These relationships often have a quality of instant recognition, as if you're meeting old friends from a forgotten past. These soul connections can provide invaluable support and understanding as you navigate your new reality. Your relationship with yourself will also undergo a profound transformation. As you shed layers of conditioning and false identities, you'll discover a deep well of self-love and acceptance. This inner shift will radiate outward, affecting all your external relationships. You'll find yourself less dependent on others for validation or happiness, which paradoxically often leads to more fulfilling connections. Intimacy takes on new dimensions in the post-awakening landscape. Physical attraction remains, but it's no longer the primary driver of romantic connections. Instead, you'll seek partners who can meet you on energetic, emotional, and spiritual levels. These relationships have the potential for extraordinary depth and growth. It's crucial to remember that even as your consciousness expands, you remain human. You'll still experience conflicts, misunderstandings, and moments of disconnect. The difference is in how you approach these challenges. With your newfound awareness, you can navigate relationship difficulties with more grace, compassion, and wisdom. As your empathy deepens, you may find yourself more affected by the emotions and energies of others. This increased sensitivity can be both a gift and a challenge. It allows for deeper understanding and connection, but it also requires strong boundaries to prevent energy depletion or emotional overwhelm. In this new relational landscape, forgiveness becomes a powerful tool. You'll likely find it easier to release old grudges and hurts, understanding that everyone is on their own journey of growth. This doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior, but rather freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. As we navigate these changes, it's important to be gentle with ourselves and others. Everyone is at a different point in their journey, and there's no need to force others to understand or match our evolution. Our task is simply to live authentically and allow our relationships to adjust naturally. What relationships in your life are calling for a deeper level of authenticity? How can you bring more of your true self into your interactions? As we move forward, consider how you can nurture connections that support your growth while compassionately releasing those that no longer serve. The Cosmic Calling, unveiling your awakened purpose. As we venture further into the post-awakening landscape, we encounter a profound shift in our sense of purpose and mission in life. This transformation is akin to a cosmic realignment, where our individual desires and goals harmonize with a greater universal rhythm. In the aftermath of your spiritual awakening, you may find that your previous life goals and ambitions no longer resonate with your newfound awareness. Career paths that once seemed important might suddenly feel hollow or misaligned. This shift can be disorienting, even frightening, as the familiar landmarks of your life's direction seem to dissolve. Yet in this apparent void, a new sense of purpose begins to emerge. It's often subtler than your previous goals, less defined by external achievements, and more aligned with your inner truth. You might feel called to serve others in ways you never considered before, or to express your creativity in new and unexpected forms. This emerging purpose often feels less like a choice and more like a recognition, as if you're remembering a mission you've always had but somehow forgot. It's a calling that resonates deep within your being, aligning you with your highest potential and the greater good of all. You may find yourself drawn to healing work, whether that's in a literal sense through medicine or therapy, or in broader ways like environmental conservation or social justice. The specific form this takes will be unique to you, but the underlying theme is often one of contributing to the elevation of consciousness on our planet. Your work, whatever form it takes, becomes infused with new meaning. Even mundane tasks can become sacred when approached with mindfulness and the intention to serve. You might find yourself becoming an agent of change in your current profession, bringing higher awareness and compassion into your workplace. This shift in purpose often comes with a reevaluation of success. Material wealth and status may become less important, replaced by a desire for authenticity, growth, and positive impact. You might find yourself making choices that others perceive as impractical or idealistic, guided by an inner knowing that transcends conventional logic. However, This new sense of purpose doesn't always provide clear, step-by-step directions. Often, it unfolds gradually, revealing itself through intuition, synchronicities, and a feeling of alignment when you're on the right path. Learning to trust this subtle guidance becomes a crucial skill in navigating your awakened life. It's important to remember that your purpose isn't fixed or singular. As you continue to grow and evolve, your understanding of your mission may shift and expand. Remaining open and flexible allows you to adapt to the changing needs of the world and your own evolving consciousness. You may also experience periods of uncertainty or crisis as you shed old identities and step into your new purpose. These challenging times are opportunities for deep growth and realignment. Trust that even when the path seems unclear, you're being guided towards your highest good. As your sense of purpose expands, you might find yourself taking on more responsibility for the well-being of others and the planet. This can feel overwhelming at times. Remember to balance your desire to serve with self-care and boundaries. You can best fulfill your mission when you're coming from a place of wholeness and inner peace. Ultimately, your awakened purpose is less about doing and more about being. It's about embodying your highest truth in every moment, allowing your awakened consciousness to flow through you and touch everything you do. In this way, your very existence becomes an act of service, a living testament to the potential of human consciousness. As we conclude this exploration of purpose, I invite you to reflect on what truly calls to your soul. What activities or causes light you up from within? What would you do if all external pressures and expectations were removed? Listen closely to the whispers of your heart. They are guiding you towards your unique expression of cosmic purpose, the eternal now. Transcending time's illusion. In this final exploration of the post-awakening journey, we encounter perhaps the most profound shift of all, a radical transformation in our relationship with time. This change alters not just our perception, but the very fabric of our lived experience. After your spiritual awakening, you may find that your sense of time begins to shift dramatically. The rigid, linear progression of past, present, and future starts to dissolve, replaced by a more fluid, expansive awareness. You might experience moments where time seems to stretch or compress, where a single instant feels like eternity, or hours pass in what feels like minutes. This shift is more than just a subjective experience. It's a fundamental reorientation to reality. You begin to recognize time not as an absolute, external force, but as a construct of consciousness. The present moment expands, revealing itself as the only true reality, while the past and future are understood as mental constructs. In this new temporal landscape, you may find yourself less bound by regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. Instead, you become more fully engaged with the richness of each moment. This doesn't mean you stop planning or reflecting, but rather that you do so from a place of presence, unencumbered by the weight of time. This shift can bring profound peace and freedom. The urgency and stress that often accompany our time-bound existence begin to fade. You may find yourself naturally aligning with the rhythms of nature and your own body, rather than the artificial constraints of clocks and calendars. However, this new relationship with time can also bring challenges. You might struggle to meet deadlines or keep appointments in the same way you used to. The fast-paced, schedule-driven world may feel increasingly at odds with your internal experience. Learning to bridge these two realities, your timeless awareness and the time-bound external world, becomes an important skill. As your sense of time expands, so too may your perspective on life and death. The fear of aging and mortality often diminishes as you connect with a sense of timeless being. You may begin to perceive your current lifetime as just one expression of a much larger, eternal consciousness. This shift in temporal awareness isn't about escaping reality, but about engaging with it more fully. It's about recognizing the extraordinary within the ordinary, the infinite within the finite. Every moment becomes an opportunity for presence, growth, and connection. As we conclude our exploration, I invite you to bring more awareness to your experience of time. Notice how it flows, expands, and contracts. Can you sense the timeless presence that underlies all temporal experiences? In touching this eternal now, we touch the very essence of our awakened nature.